All right, here we go, YouTube. Left joystick, shot shaping, attack angle. Keep it simple, explain like I'm 5 style, okay? Keep in mind, everything we're going to say is affected by club fittings, the ball you're using, the player skills and attributes, the course you're playing on, the wind, the conditions, the soft, the firm, all that stuff. There's other variables that go into it. It's not as simple as just shaping your shots and the swing itself, right? And as we move all these joysticks around and shape our shots and become wizards here, just watch the distance marker here. This changes just about everything we're going to do. This moves around. The arrows start spinning faster or slower. That's your spin, by the way, if you didn't know that. That shows you how much spin is on the ball. The arrows change colors as well, and the colors just signify how much more difficult the shot is going to be. Like red, the swing path is very narrow, and then we move it back and it's green, and the swing path is pretty wide and a little more forgiving. And as we move it, draw it, fade it, you can see the swing path itself changes how much you have to move that joystick from where it originally is. Now that we prefaced with all that and gave that intro, we can actually talk about what the heck's going on with the shot shaping. So left joystick, if you move it up and down, it changes the loft of the golf ball. When you change the loft of the golf ball, you change the height, the trajectory, you change the spin, and you change the distance a little bit. So if we go up on the left joystick, we lose trajectory, we lose spin, and in fact, we gained a yard though. Now, if we go down on the left joystick, we're going to gain spin, we gain trajectory, and we lost a yard. So that left joystick does not change the distances that much. Now reset this shot here, and we're going to do left joystick side to side. This is the draw, the fade, the sideways movement of that golf ball. This is great for when you want to check it into a hillside. That's some next level stuff. Or you want to cut it into some wind. I had to change scenes because you couldn't really see the ball flight with that grandstand in front of me. So draw the ball. Move the joystick all the way to the right. You can see I can move that thing a lot because I'm a draw biased player. Now if I take it to the left, it's a fade. You can't really fade it all that much. Everything I was saying about drawing and fading applied to a right-handed golfer. I have to stress that left-handed golfer is all flipped. So don't think of it so much as, oh, a draw goes right to left every single time. No, if it's a left-handed golfer, it draws back to the golfer, so it goes left to right for a left-handed golfer. It had to be said. Now the right joystick. Right joystick's attack angle. That's supposed to be how steep or shallow you come into the golf ball. If you go down on the right joystick, you gain spin, but you lose trajectory and you lose distance by 5 yards. So a little more considerable distance changes on the right joystick. If you go up on the right joystick, you're going to lose spin, you're going to gain trajectory and distance. Now, 2 funny things that I've picked up on attack angle in this game. Now, this does not apply to the game mechanics at all. This isn't going to help you, but it's just a funny, quirky, nitpicking Easter egg blooper that I've noticed. 2 different things. So, one, I reached out to even some of my friends that are assistant pros and asked them, steep attack angle in real life means higher spin, higher trajectory. Now, in this game, I can't even tell you which of these directions on the right stick is a steeper attack angle because I just said steep is higher spin, higher trajectory. In this, you either get higher spin and lower trajectory or higher trajectory and lower spin. So it's like they got it wrong about steep versus shallow. If I'm incorrect about that, let me know. If you're a golf genius, if you know a golf swing, let me know on that front. Beyond that, though, this is undeniable. Maybe not. Maybe I'm missing something. But when you change this right joystick and you lose or gain trajectory, this down here is opposite. So we're going to go up on the right joystick. We're going to gain trajectory. That blue line just went up. It says low. If we go down on the right joystick, that blue line is lower, yet it says high down here. So I think what the problem is I think this right stick tied to this indicator is kind of bugged or like coded wrong or something. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, but it goes to this left stick because that would be the left stick indication. Is left stick down does take the trajectory higher, and it says high. Left stick up does take the trajectory lower. It's hard to see because of that wind meter, and it says low. So that's just a funny 2 little quirky things about the game right there in attack angle. Now put this all together and you've probably got tens of thousands of different types of shots and variations, and it's hard to tell you which ones you need to do in whatever situations. You kind of just got to feel it out yourself, I think. All right, examples of it all in action now, okay? Grandstand in front of us, blue line. It's going to clip this roof, right? So we need to get some loft on this golf ball. Go down on the left stick. Still going to clip this thing, but we did gain a little bit of trajectory. And then up on the right joystick. And now we're going to hit this shot. We should clear this rooftop here. We're going to one-shot it. We pulled it, but it looks all right for the sake of the video. Is it good? Yeah. All right, we take that all day. So that's how you can get the most loft on the golf ball. Now, when you're making changes to those lofts, you're also making changes to the spin. The spin's indicated by these arrows and how fast they're moving or slow they're moving. So we got an 84-yard shot to the pin. We've got the marker at 92 yards. We want to look cool, though. We want to put some spin on this thing. We're going to go down on the left stick, and then we're going to go down on the right stick. And those arrows pick up a lot more. They turn red, so it's a harder shot to hit. But we hit this shot, and if all things go accordingly, well, if it dunks, it can't spin. Okay, it didn't dunk, but there you go. There's a little backspin on that thing. And I've seen it go way harder than that. Sometimes maybe it's the balls you're using, the player you're using, the club fittings. All those things will factor into the contact of your shot, too, I think is going to matter. No one saw that. Now, how can we use draw and fade to our advantage? All right, so draw. We're going to move this thing all the way over to the right. It's going to give us that right to left ball flight. It's going to wrap around this tree here. And with the Evo swing, totally different subject, but Evo swing, we can close the club face by being over here on the finish point, the contact point, and that would close the club face, and that would hook this thing a lot more. But for now, we'll just shot shape here, and you see it hooks around that tree, and then we're good. This clip's going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We've got 2 scenarios going on here. We've got a strong left to right wind, and then we also have a hillside up here that's going to kick the ball to the right, so a left to right hill per se. Well, what we're going to do in both these situations is we are going to have the ball moving in the opposite direction. So instead of it going left to right, a fade for the ball flight, we're going to draw it in. We're going to have it move right to left, because in both of these scenarios, when the ball is moving in the opposite direction, it's going to reduce the effects of both of them. So it reduces the effect of the wind, and it's going to reduce the effect of that hillside. And so we're going to get the yardage right here. We're going to take it out a little bit. We're going to get the wind right, because even though we're drawing it in, it is still going to be affected by this wind pretty heavily. Send it and hope we see both results. It's looking pretty good. And now on the hillside aspect, it's never going to be perfect. But even right there, you see a little check. Like, that's what you're looking for. Now, you're not going to get it to stop on that kind of hill, but it does help reduce the bounce off of it. If you find yourself ever in a position where you have to execute something like that, it's better than not doing anything at all. Okay, I hope this helps you out. I just spent like 3 days making a video just like this in regards to shot shaping and shot types, and I got carried away with it, trying to add things after the fact. I would watch it and think, oh, I didn't mention this, I gotta add that in. And you're trying to edit after the fact, you go to bed, and you add in more stuff the next day, and like the timeline just got weird, I think. I probably needed to delete that video anyway. The shot type explanation is good for like an explain like on 5 style. The shot shaping though got a little crazy. It just got out of hand. Even this video is probably like 8 minutes with the outro. But if it helps you out, please like the video, leave comments if I'm wrong about anything, if you have any questions, even criticism on like just the video content itself would help me out. And of course, you know, subscribe if you feel so inclined to. That lets me know I'm doing something all right. And in the meantime, I'll see you on the fairways. Hit your greens, hit your putts, unless you're playing against me in ranked. Don't do it there, all right? That's my bottom line. I'll keep making videos as long as you keep throwing the matches against me.